The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
You're now tuned into a Planet Fanatics production.
I am the Senate. Do it. Do it.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, fellow fanatics? This late Tuesday evening, or I guess not late evening, late afternoon stream. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's had a good day so far. Few things for us to get into today. We'll talk about Marvel's 2028 slate and everything that they've got brewing for that. We will also talk about Welcome to Derry, Season 2. Let me pull something up really quick, make sure I have this up. Okay, yeah. Sorry, 1 second. All right. So yeah, we'll talk about we're going to talk about Marvel's 2028 slate. We're going to talk about Welcome to Derry Season 2 that I thought got renewed a long time ago. We're going to talk about the ticket sales for Avengers Doomsday and how it's outpacing Spider-Man Brand New Day, 65% so. We're also going to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean 6 and how I guess they're still going with Margot Robbie. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a recipe for success, but we're going to talk about those things and hang out a little bit. Naries, appreciate you being here. Eugene, appreciate it. Lawrence, appreciate it. Ricardo, what is going on? Blue, what is up, Blue? Appreciate you being here. He said Planet Fanatics. Oh, and Darius. Blue's house. Yep. So we'll get into all those things, talk a little bit, have a little bit of fun. I'll tell you, I was watching the Doomsday trailer again today. That's a damn good trailer. You know, I know a lot of people might want for podcasters, YouTubers, whatever it is that you do in front of a mic to get up here and shit on Marvel, which I don't have a problem doing when Marvel is, being what they have been for the past 6 years post Endgame. They've had some diamonds in that pile of shit, but for the majority part, it's been a pile of shit. But I will tell you, that's a good trailer that they released. That's a damn good trailer that they released for Doomsday. I watched the Infinity War trailer to, I remember the Infinity War trailer, but just to compare them, because I haven't seen the Infinity War trailer in a while, it's not that. It's definitely not the Infinity War trailer, but they did a good job. The dialogue from Doom and that, the shakiness in Sue's voice at the very beginning. One of my favorite parts in the trailer although we don't have that built relationship within the MCU between Reed and Victor, I love that part where he's holding on. I don't know if he's holding Reed's or if he's holding on to Victor's collar or whatever, his shirt. When he's asking Victor, did you do this? Then, some more scenes go by when he comes back and he's screaming, Victor, did you do that? Like that, bro? That's it. That's heavy. It's good. It's good, man. It's good. It's good. Hell answers to doom. You'll beg for hell long before I grant it. Ha, man, some good shit. Some good shit. So I know a lot of people might want different people, whoever you are, or whatever you do in front of a microphone to get up here and shit on Marvel, because that is the popular thing to do right now, is to shit on Marvel, is to be negative, all things and everything MCU. No. Sorry. I'm not going to play the silly head games where it seems like people want you to get up here and just be negative. I'm not. I mean, if there's something I don't like, I'm going to be negative on it. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. My excitement has shifted for Doomsday. I'm still not in that. The last time I was really, really, really excited for a movie with Marvel movie was No Way Home. So I'm still not in that No Way Home space of excitement, but I am excited. I'm not counting down the months or anything like that, but I'm like, damn, we are getting a little closer to December, and they've got one more trailer left from Doomsday, and I think it's really going to knock it out of the park. Let's actually, since we're going there, I'll go ahead and we'll just start with Doomsday, but let me address first and foremost our first super of the day, which I do very much appreciate. All right. First super I've got from East Bay that said, for Chat and Darius, would you want a Men in Black series pitched by the Lanterns creative team? Maybe. I did not watch Chris Pratt's Men in Black. I think my favorites are Men in Black 1 and 2. I'm not the biggest fan of 3. Is that the one with Tessa, or is that the one with I don't know. So I don't know. Would I personally tune into a Men in Black series? I don't know. Probably not. It would have to really grapple me in for me to tune into a Men in Black series. But if you could get the right agents involved, the right humor, if everything was on the up and up with the aliens and things that we see action wise, it could possibly be good. I do appreciate that, East Bay. Lawrence said, Darius, did you get your Dune tickets yet? No, I don't have my Dune tickets just yet. I still think that it's pretty crazy. We're going to go ahead and go to the wrap here. Let me fix this. I don't like how big this has me right here. The fuck? Or I don't like that either. What the hell? Hold on. There we go. Because it was supposed to bring up my screen. All right. We'll go ahead and start here. Because people are calling it, Doomsday, and the trades and things are still calling it Doomsday. Blue says it's a good trailer. Lauren said the AMC website was a hot mess as far as trying to get your tickets. I just got my tickets 2 days ago. The seats I wanted, I could not get because I waited too long to get my tickets. And I'm be honest with you, I waited because I know Doomsday is going to, despite the delusion from people on online or even on our Thursday streams, when people say, "Oh, Doomsday's not going to make $1 billion," where's the audience? Where's the audience been these past 6 years? You are living in delusion. You're coping. Your feelings are still hurt from the past 6 years. Your feelings are hurt because of what happened with your favorite character. Don't get me wrong. My feelings are hurt because of what happened with my favorite character also. But I am also pragmatic. I'm also a realist. I know that's not something I can change. Continue the hashtag. Of course, we're going to continue the hashtag. Of course, we're going to continue to still want it. Of course, we're still going to continue to advocate for T'Challa. But I think a lot of people are still talking out the side of their neck from their feelings. Our feelings are hurt. So since my feelings are hurt, I refuse to give Marvel any credit. I refuse to sit down and be a part of a universe that I've been watching since 2008. I get it. I understand. And you have your right to do so. That is your prerogative. However, cope if you may, The movie, as I've said before, and I think the number I might have put on it, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys know better than I do because I argue a lot with my co-host about box office numbers, but I believe I put 1.3 billion on, and I know it's making way more than that. That was early. That was early. That was before Brand New Day that I said that. That I said it was going to make 1.3 million dollars. It's making over that. It's making over that. I am now with Chillmonger in the $2 billion club. I am now with Chillmonger in the $2 billion club because, like I said, you can feel how you want to feel about the past 6 years. You can feel currently how you want to feel about Marvel. If you're never going to watch another Marvel movie again, that's fine. I don't know that they're going to miss that 20, 25, however much it costs for your ticket. Because if you look at Brand New Day, and I know that some even were saying that I don't think that the success of Brand New Day translates over to Doomsday because this is just what Spider-Man does. It's translating. It's translating. People are getting excited again. The people that fell off and haven't watched anything for the past 6 years or are slowly trickled down over the whatever, they're back. They're back. People are talking about Doomsday. So let's even, like I said, let's just start here. This is coming from the Wrap. This is coming from the Wrap where they say, but after just 2 days of pre-sales, sources say Avengers Doomsday is approximately 65% ahead of pace set by the first 2 days of pre-sales for Brand New Day. Between the rave fan receptions for the latest Spider-Man film and the excitement of seeing Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the anticipation for the new Avengers movie is strong among devoted and lapsed fans alike. There are a few caveats to note, of course, because no major blockbuster has started advance ticket sales for general theaters this early. Comparison to other films will remain very instinct. Usually, advance tickets buying begins with the flurry from fans that are excited enough for the film to set an appointment to see it weeks in advance. Then sales decline for some time until they pick back up in the last week or two before release. There's no telling how advance tickets for Doomsday will sell going forward, given the gap between initial pre-sales start and the release date is measured in months rather than weeks. So what this means is 65%. What that means is it just means that people are buying way more pre-sale tickets than they did for Spider-Man. But what that simply means is that people are way more excited. People are excited. People are wanting to put their asses in their seats. The MCU is used to be, and I feel like with Doomsday, they're trying to do that again. I feel like they did it with Brand New Day. It's an event. It's an event that most people do not want to miss, especially if it's something that you've been watching. If you've seen it throughout the Infinity Saga or whatever, you might have missed it throughout the Infinity Saga, but you know what Marvel is. You know what the MCU is. You know the giant that they are. And when Robert Downey Jr. said we might just, whatever the quote was, we might just get everybody back on our side yet, I think he was spot on that. I really do. I really do. Again, cope if you want, feel how you want. You can think that Doomsday's not going to do whatever. You can, and it's yet to be seen. It may not even be a good movie. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I bet it's going to be a good movie. Not only do I think that it's going to be a good movie, the way that they're saying that the movie is going to end is going to be somewhat akin to the Infinity War thing. You know, how when Thanos ended, it's set on the camera set on Thanos with him watching the sunset. They're saying that the camera is going to set on Doom sitting down on his throne because Battle World is going to be completed. That has been a longstanding rumor that Battle World would make an appearance at the end of Doomsday. So I think that once they end the film and people are sitting in the stands, are sitting in the audience, after we just watch maybe your favorite hero die or whoever, whatever, it's going to bring people back the very next year. And then it's going to be the word of mouth that's also going to carry Doomsday. Not that I think that Doomsday really needs the word of mouth. It's happening already. But the word of mouth for people that do go see it, if you haven't decided to buy your ticket yet, if you're still 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're going to have both feet in once people come out telling you how amazing, and I truly do think it's going to be amazing, that this movie is. I'm telling you, I've watched the trailer, and we've got one more coming. I've watched that trailer several times. It's way better than that first one. It's way better than that first one. I watched the first one. After I watched that second one, doesn't touch it. Doesn't touch it. Even Thor's dialogue, it doesn't touch it. The lines and dialogue that are simply in that second trailer, some of the things we see from that second trailer, it's just good. It's good. So I'm ready for this one. I do believe again that it's going to make over $1 billion. This may be and I think after if Marvel does do that, have $2 billion films in 1 year, is it really a thing where you can say, oh, even if they do have another fall off where it's like, oh, people didn't go see the last three movies after Brand New Day and Doomsday and Secret Wars. People didn't go see the last, which I don't think so because the next movies are X-Men, Ghost Rider, and Black Panther 3. Cope if you want. I know a lot of you think people aren't going to go see Black Panther 3, but nah, I think they are. Um, I won't be in theaters for Black Panther 3, but I do believe that the general audience, the court of public opinion, is going to be there and rooting that thing on. Um, but even if let's say that the next three movies weren't X-Men, weren't Ghost Rider, or let's keep them X-Men, keep them Ghost Rider, keep Black Panther 3. Let's say the next three don't do that great. I don't even think you can still say, well, Marvel is falling off. Marvel's not Marvel anymore. If Marvel has another $2 billion film in the same year, there is no question that they're one of the greatest studios, if not the greatest studio alive today, to date. Because the ability to have that turnaround, to get that trust back in people, to get asses back in the seats after the abysmal 6 years that they had. Yeah. Yeah. So I like I said, I think it's going to be an event. I think people are really going to be talking about Doomsday. And even if you're watching and you're in the chat and you may feel how you feel about Marvel, even if you bootleg Doomsday and you don't see it, some people might secretly love it. Some people might publicly hate it. I don't know. You know how that's going to be. People want Marvel to fail. I've never been one of the people that wants Marvel to fail. There might be things within Marvel that I have not agreed with in the past 6 years, especially the number one top spot, caps locks all the way, exclamation points, is killing of T'Challa. But as I've said many times with that, if you've been a viewer of mine for a long time, the killing of T'Challa takes me out of the Black Panther IP within the MCU. It does not take me completely out of the MCU. I will not be watching Black Panther 3. Of course, I'll cover the things here on the channel that come up about it, plot details, characters, X, Y, and Z, rumors, blah, blah, blah. But will I be sitting down to purchase a ticket for that movie? Will I even bootleg that movie? No. No, I don't. I have zero interest in seeing anything from that side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe if the franchise's main character is not involved, and he's not going to be, nor is he going to be for the foreseeable future. That's my reading of the room, but that's just what I think. So, when it comes to Doomsday, when it comes to the ticket sales, this was inevitable. I mean, again, I said this before Brand New Day. I didn't put the $2 billion number. I think Chill always had that $2 billion number. I didn't put the $2 billion number on it. But I did say it was making over $1 billion. I did say it was making over $1 billion. So, yeah. But you guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that Avengers Doomsday has what it takes to be a over $1 billion film, or are you like Blue? It says, okay, Darius, I'll put a little bit more on it and it'll be 990 million. Do you think it stays in the millions? Do you think it crosses over that $1 billion mark, or do you think it even goes further and it has that $2 billion mark? You got to think about the lineup, the roster that is in this. There are the Fox X-Men. You're bringing back RDJ and Chris Evans. These are things that people do want to see. And I know a lot of people have said, yeah, but you're still throwing the Thunderbolts. It wasn't successful. You're throwing the Fantastic Four. It wasn't successful. You're throwing in brand new shit or brave new shit. It wasn't successful with Black America. But at the end of the day, none of that shit matters. None of that shit matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if brand new shit with Black America failed. It doesn't matter if Thunderbolts wasn't your cup of tea. And it doesn't matter if Fantastic Four got beat by Superman. All that matters is if you look at the ticket pre-sales for Avengers Doomsday, you look at the hype for Avengers Doomsday, people are going to, and I've been saying this forever. I even said this during the Marvel fatigue conversations. People are going to show up for what people want to show up for. No one wanted to show up for the Thunderbolts. Those are a group of characters that no one really cared about. But when you put an ensemble together, with characters that people do care about, with stories and elements that people do care about, with villains that people do care about, with stakes that people do care about, with the whole spectacle that people do care about, well, asses are going to be in seats. So you can try to make sense of it, do a whiteboard if you want, do the math, do the science, do whatever you need to do behind it to try to understand why no one watched for 6 years, but people are running to the theater for Doomsday. I'll take a book out of Chill's. I'll take a page out of Chill's book. What he said. It's not just it's the Avengers title as well. The Avengers title as well. I know some people were saying, is the Avengers title really enough to put asses in the seats? Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Coupled with good characters and a good story that have people interested. So that's what I think about Avengers Doomsday. I think that it's going to I think it's going to do great. I think it's going to do great. I think Marvel doesn't have anything to worry about. And then you're coming out of Doomsday, going straight into Secret Wars, out of Secret Wars, straight into X-Men. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. But you guys let me know what you guys are thinking. Do you think that Doomsday is not going to be that great? Do you think that Marvel still has a hill to climb up out of? And I do think that there is still a hill to climb. Don't make no mistake. I do think there is still a big hill to climb. I don't think that Doomsday gets you out of the water. I don't think that Secret Wars gets you out of the water. I think that has to be seen within this next phase, within this next saga. So after, because I think Doomsday and Secret Wars are inevitable. People are going to go see those movies. This next phase is going to be the big question. Yes, you've got the X-Men, but are you executing on the X-Men to get asses in seats? What outside of the X-Men are you doing to also get asses in seats? Is Ghost Rider enough? So we're about to get into that, though. But you guys let me know what you guys are thinking about all of those things down below. We do got some supers to address.
Somebody come tip her. She's dancing like a stripper.
NYC Playboy, I appreciate that very generous super, where he said Lanterns to me was all right. I'm not sold yet. And really does look like True Detective meets Green Lanterns. It definitely is True Detective meets Green Lanterns. I personally enjoyed the first episode. I'm looking forward to the coming Sunday's episode. I thought that was really good. It's the best thing DC's done so far, in my opinion. And I really walked out of Superman enjoying myself. I enjoyed Superman. I did not watch Supergirl, and I won't. I don't at the moment plan on seeing Clayface, but that could change. Anything else outside of that, Man of Tomorrow I'll be watching, but anything else outside of that, I definitely don't have any interest in right now for the DCU. Outside of the DCU and the Elseworld stuff, the only thing is Matt Reeves' Batman, I believe, at the moment. But yeah, I think that True Detective is up there with the Batman. It's up there with, as far as DC projects, not just DCU, but DC projects. I think that it is up there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Liking it a lot so far. But I do appreciate that, super brother. Andre, appreciate you being here. What is going on? Blue said it's just not the same energy for me due to the non-connectivity that's been going on. I'll say I can say it's not the as far as the non-connectivity, because I was watching another. I think it was John and Rob. Robert Meyer Burnett. I think they were talking about it. And Rob said in his spill that he was giving about Doomsday, he said, you don't need, which I can agree to this. In some movies, you don't need the villain to be built up. You don't need to build up to the villain to get this feel, even though I don't, Kevin Feige trying to gaslight people and tell us that we didn't build up to Thanos is crazy. But there are instances in other movies where you don't need to build up to the villain to have a great villain. But he also followed it up with, which I don't agree with that in this Doom situation. It could happen. I mean, Doom is Doom. We all know who Doom is. You don't really, majority of us know who Doom is. You don't need to build up to Doom for Doom to be great. However, the part where Reed is yelling at Victor in the trailer is one of my favorite parts. But that built upon relationship, had we maybe seen him in the Fantastic Four movie, had we maybe seen some flashbacks where they were talking to Victor, but with their relationship enough to just give us some type of connectivity, I'd have been like, okay, that's cool. Had we maybe even just seen any type of, the connection that when Sue's saying Victor used to be kind, used to be caring, had we seen that kind and caring stuff, we could have had a better connection. Now, I'm still very much all in, just based off of what I've seen from that second trailer. But I do agree with you on the connectivity of it all, because Robert Meyer Burnett followed up with what he was saying with, maybe we'll realize that Doom was behind it all. Behind what? Behind what all? Because if you really look over the past 6 years, there's no story anymore of well, at least I don't know. I don't know. And as I've said many times, you guys have heard me say it. If you've been a viewer here, you know that when it comes to Marvel movies and leaks and plots and rumors, I'm pretty much always on top of that stuff. I've not sat down in a Marvel movie in the past few years where I haven't known what was going on. I really don't know what's going on in Doomsday. I know a little bit, but I don't really know what this plot is about. So when he says that we may find out that Doom was behind it all, behind what? Because when you look over the past 6 years of stuff, I don't, or is that story was Kang's story. Now they could just take those elements and give them to Doom, but even with Kang's story, there really wasn't a plot of where we were going. I mean, we know that he. There's really wasn't a plot of where we were going. So, because we never really got there. It was all kind of all over the place. We knew that the bangles connected somehow. We knew that the rings connected somehow. We knew that. I think that's what we knew, really. The rings, the bangles. He was maybe going to be after Wanda, maybe going to be after Loki, some of the same stuff that Doom is after. They took a lot of those elements and added them to Doom, but I agree. It's not a lot of connectivity. It can be quite annoying with that. Eastbay said it didn't hit for me, but I only watched it on stream. Oh, don't worry, brother. Let me see. Let's watch it. Let's watch it again here since we're on Doomsday. Let's watch that trailer one more time.
Victor was always the smartest guy.
Let's start that over. Full screen. I need the volume at max capacity.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room. He used to be different. He used to be kind. He used to be caring. And then everything he loved was taken from him. I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Victor, did you do this? All of you have lived stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Answer me, Victor! Did you do this?
I swear, you will beg for hell long before I grant it.
Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
Pretty tough. Pretty tough. It's a good trailer. Hell answers to me, for I am Doom. Victor, did you do this? One of the other lines that really sticks out to me too is I want to know what exactly he means by this when he's telling them, all of you have lived stolen lives. Did he say it's time to give them back?
Have lived stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Yeah, now you must give them back. Like, I don't know what he means by that exactly, them living stolen lives. There was that early on rumor that some of the people in our universe are not who they are supposed to be. There was the multiversal war. This was early on, bro. This was during those Kang Dynasty days. Now I don't know what elements or if this was even real. grain of salt type shit. But those early on Kang Dynasty days were that the heroes of 616, the people that we know, some of the characters are not who they are. Like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is not really Iron Man. Captain America, or not all of them. Some of them were not really who they were supposed to be. But Victor here says all of you have lived stolen lives, and it's time for you to give them back, or you must give them back. So I don't know what exactly he means by that, or what exactly they're going to do with that. But this is a good trailer. This is a very good trailer. There's also rumors out there currently that Victor may have sacrificed his family instead of his family dying for power, because we've seen many times throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe of sacrificing of a loved one for power, and it seems like that may be something that's a rumor that's out there right now. It's also a rumor that's out there right now that the post-credit scene in Fantastic Four, how we think that is the Baxter Building in where are they from? 828, 838, or wherever they're from. That is not the same Baxter Building. That is not the same universe. Apparently, that is Victor, a universe that Victor traveled to, because he is from the Fantastic Four's universe. He is from the same universe with Sue, Reed, Johnny, and the ones that we saw in the thing, and in the Fantastic Four universe in the movie that we saw. However, in the post-credit scene, that is a universe that Victor traveled to where he is basically the Reed Richards of that universe, where he is married to Sue, where he had a child with Sue, and that child is still Franklin. So apparently in that post-credit scene, that is not the Fantastic Four's universe. And it's like, well, how do they know that? How do they know that? Blah, blah, blah. The seating in the back, when let me go to that really quickly here. I'll show you. Fantastic Four. So in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene here, which I cannot play the entire, can't play it because but the seating here in the Baxter Building is orange. So I think, let me see if I can pull it up. Baxter Building, Fantastic Four. The seating in the Baxter Building in that movie, or there is orange. If you look at the seating here,
I'm Jack West.
In the Baxter Building, it is blue. So this is the same Baxter Building that they live in their universe. This is their living room. This is where where a lot of their scenes took place. Their furniture was blue. Sorry, I pressed back on the wrong thing. But anyway, you go back here to this post-credit scene for the Fantastic Four, and what do you got? You've got a completely different living room. Same living room, same landscape, same outline for the building, same everything, except the furniture on the inside is just a tad bit different. And that is where you are supposedly, again, grain of salt, I don't know. I'm just telling you what's out there. Apparently, this is a different universe that Victor is Reed Richards of that universe, and he is married to Sue Storm, and that is his son. So either something happens to where they die and he's blaming Captain America. So I don't know if I so much believe that Victor sacrificed his family, because the rumor is that it's Captain America that he's after. It's Cap's fault that because Captain America went and lived a life with Peggy Carter, he created a branch timeline, altered the reality, causing an incursion. And that incursion apparently is what kills this universe that Victor's family is in. And if that is true, then it can't be this whole he sacrificed his family for power type deal. He's after them because, like Sue said at the very beginning, Victor was kind, he was caring, but I never realized how broken he was until he lost it. He lost everything. So, it's very interesting. I don't know everything that's going on here in Doomsday. I only know what's out there a little bit, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued with what they're doing. There's also the rumor that there are two Dooms. That I don't know if that's true, but there are rumors that there are two Dooms out there. It's a lot. There's a lot of different things. Also, something that has been stated by, I believe, Kevin Feige. I think I've said this before. The chair reveals, all the names that are in the chairs are not the only names that are going to be in the movie. There are several names, several characters that were left out of the chair reveals that'll be showing up in Doomsday as we move on. They also, I think I bookmarked that too. They said that there was going to be just like in the comic book. There's going to be a lot of heroes that don't remember shit. They don't remember anything. They don't remember their past lives. They don't remember that who they were. They don't remember anything before. I've even heard this. He is going to be called Rabam Allah. Anything before Doom. Anything before he takes over and creates Battle World. They don't remember anything before that. They did give a list of the characters. This again is coming from Alex over at the Cosmic Circus, I believe, that said this one, that there is going to be a group of characters, again, like the comics, that remember where they came from, remember their world before. Tobey Maguire is one of them. Hugh Jackman is also one of them. And they are going to remember everything before, and be on the team that's trying to help thwart Doom from finishing out his plan and being God Emperor Doom. So that is supposedly something that is happening in it as well. They also said that for Secret Wars, and this is coming from James Mack. So again, really a grain of salt with this one. But James Mack says the Avengers Secret Wars will reportedly introduce new characters from 838 that haven't been seen yet. So 838, if I am correct, 838 was the universe we went to in Multiverse of Madness. And that is the universe that Wanda killed the Illuminati. Well, the Illuminati on that team, as we all know, Black Bolt being the king of the Inhumans, has a wife, has a brother, has a team. They, as we said during Multiverse of Madness, they're probably not going to be too happy with what happened with Black Bolt. The X-Men from that universe, if we do see any of the X-Men from that universe, probably won't be too happy with what happened with Professor X, and so on and so forth. The Fantastic Four, if they even do that, I don't know how many characters, multiple versions of different characters we're going to see, but yeah, that's all there. It's all there. Pretty cool stuff with Doomsday. So like I said, grain of salt, we'll see what happens, but let me see some of these comments back up here. I think I had another super that I didn't address. Let me address that super too.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey, well, I need a dollar.
$5 holler from Andre, and he said it looks like the excitement is coming back, especially with the X-Men coming. Do they need a movie before Secret Wars next year? I don't think so. And I take a page out of Tina's book. Make them miss you. Make them miss you. Make us, the audience, miss Marvel. One of the things that was the issue during this past 6 years was an overload of projects. Seems like every time we turned around, there was a new project on Disney Plus. Every time we turned around, they had a movie in theaters, and all of it stunk shit. And it was this fast pace. Let's pump out projects. Quantity over quality. Blah blah blah. At that time, I know a lot of people don't believe this, but at that time, the rumors were Kevin Feige was stretched thin to where he was able to be on, critique every project is turned into, well, now, he's got to be here, he's got to be there, he's got to be there, he's got to be here. All these different things. It was a tough 6 years for Marvel. So I don't think that they need to do projects like that. I don't think that they need, at that one point people were talking about, oh, they need a Battle World series or a Battle World movie. I don't think so. I think however you end Doomsday, if it does end similar to Infinity War, where you've got heroes that are being picked off, and at the end of it, Doom sits down and looks over his success on his new throne, where everybody doesn't remember their prior lives and things like that. Then you wait that whole year and you have the audience talking for that entire year about what ifs, on theories, on excitement, on all that type of stuff. And you let people ride the wave. You put a movie out in between that, I think it cheapens it. But make them miss you. Make people miss you. Eugene said BP3 will be $1 billion movie. Oh yeah, thank you. Somebody with some brains, somebody that is as being practical being pragmatic, reading the room and looking at things not with their feelings, but with real fresh eyes. Thank you, Eugene. Because Eugene is a recast T'Challa person too. Eugene doesn't agree with what has happened with T'Challa. I don't agree with Toussaint T'Child, whatever his name. I don't agree with him. I don't accept him. I hardcore reject him. But at the end of the day, as I said last Thursday, if you are looking at what happened at SDCC and you're looking at that as, I saw some people on Twitter saying, well, that's a new character. That's a new character. This is not a recast. If you twist it how you want to make yourself feel better, that's fine. At the end of the day, that was the recast. I know nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. People, and I think people start to think too when I talk this way that I'm like anti-recast, or that I'm not for the recast, or that I'm throwing in the towel, waving my white flag, putting my t-shirt on with blue, we lost. No, I don't think any of that. I don't feel any of that. I'm definitely very much still pro recast. I'm definitely very much still T'Challa no dollar. I haven't watched anything Wakanda Forever related within the MCU since Wakanda Forever. Not that there's been many. I didn't watch Eyes of Wakanda. I've only seen somewhat all of Wakanda Forever. Remember, I walked out of the theater after Queen Ramonda was killed for no reason. So I haven't even seen the entirety of that film. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of what they're doing. But at the same time, I have realized I can use my critical thinking skills as well to understand and know that regardless of how a small section, and we are a small section, feel how you want, a small section of us feel, that's not stopping Marvel from doing what they are going to do. As I think, and I said this way back in 2022, 2023, Ryan Coogler has a story to tell. He's going to tell that story. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. So, I mean, I know Chill says, you know, we can still keep going, still keep protesting, still keep throwing our hands in the air. They haven't made the movie yet. They can change things. I like that mindset. I don't subscribe to it though. And I don't subscribe to it because I am not in the belief that if we went 10 times harder than we went over the past 4 years, that then is going to stop what's going to happen in a year or 2 years with, about a year, because we're about done with 2026, about 3 months left after you round this month off to September. We got 3 months left. So after that, then you've got a year before you get to almost a year, I guess. A little over a year, shit. About 2 years still, I guess, before you get to Doomsday. They're not changing it. Or Doomsday, Black Panther 3, they're not changing anything. The story's already done. Ryan knows what he wants to do. T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, is not involved in that. He's just not. He's not involved in that. He's not involved in that. He's not involved in the future stuff. He's not involved in the next 10 years of stuff because Marvel, the MCU, Kevin Feige, Ryan Coogler, whoever else is involved with that decision, they have their new T'Challa. That is their version of T'Challa, and that is what they're going to run with. Darius, is that a recipe for success? People just aren't going to accept a derivative character. Nobody is going to go for the secondary. We've never seen that before, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And as I said, I'm not like rubbing my hands together, waiting for December 2028 to say, ha, 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 I told you that they were going to choose him. Ha, ha. I'm not waiting to be right. I'm not relishing in I got you. I told you so. Not at all. Not at all. All I'm saying is prep yourselves. Remember before Doomsday when I kept trying to tell my audience, prep yourselves. Prep yourselves for Doomsday. This was way before. I think this was before we even got a trailer. Let's go to last year. When I was telling everybody that was trying to tell, when we got the concept art of Damson, that we thought was Damson, and I strongly believe it was Damson. We got the concept art. We got all this stuff. We got all this. So we started thinking, okay, Doomsday, Secret Wars. This is what people were saying. Is he going to pop up in Doomsday? Is he going to pop up in Secret Wars? And I kept telling everybody, temper your expectations. Prep yourselves for when you sit down, because I already have. I have prepped myself in knowing I'm not going to see T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. I have prepped myself in that. So when I sit down, it's not going to be some shock and awe to me when it's not T'Challa. When I sit down in Black Panther, or not sit down in Black Panther 3, at the end of Black Panther 3, when it's all said and done and people come out and they're telling us what was happening in that movie, am I going to be shocked and surprised when they don't say anything about T'Challa, son of T'Chaka? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not, because I read The Room a long time ago. And regardless of if I think it's a success, a recipe for success, or if it gets money in their pockets or whatever the case may be, they're going to do what they're going to do, and they've done that. So it's $1 billion movie. I completely agree. And I'm not going to sit here and same thing like I started the stream with. I'm not going to sit here and stroke feelings and stroke egos and tell you what you want to hear. I'm in front of this mic to tell you guys what I'm seeing, to tell you guys what's out there. I feel the way I feel. Sometimes you rock with my feelings, sometimes you don't rock with my feelings. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat shit. I'm not Willy Wonka. I'm not sugarcoating shit. I'm going to tell you how I see it and how I really think it's going to play out. And if I'm wrong in that, hurrah, I'm glad that I would be wrong in the BP3 stuff, but I just don't think I am. I don't think I was wrong when I made the video that I made a long time ago. If you're new here, you don't know what I'm talking about, I think you can look it up. I know you can look it up. It's in my playlist, my Recast T'Challa playlist. It's called The Son of T'Chaka is Dead or something like that. The Son of T'Chaka is not coming back or something like that. Something like that. That is when I had the epiphany. They don't give a damn. They are not. So yeah, I don't want to keep going into a tangent on that because we all know how I feel on that. We all know what I think and how that's going to play out. And thus far, and I'm not again, this is not a twisting of the evil mustache, rubbing my hands together. Thus far, it has happened how I've said it's going to play out. It has happened how I have said it is going to play out. So it's not been great, not been fun, but BP3 is $1 billion movie. Blue said they already are the greatest studio. Blue, the way you talk about it, I wouldn't know. Blue said, if Wonder Man shows up in Doomsday, then they win me back. Lauren said, are you seeing Dune? Oh, Doomsday. Oh, same day. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe not, because I don't even have my tickets for it. Let's see. Am I able to even, what are tickets looking like for me right now with Dune, because I do not have my tickets for Dune. I'm seeing Doomsday at like 1 o'clock. Well, my phone just died, so that's no fun. Let me see. Regal Dune Warren Theater. Showtimes for Dune Warren Theater on the 18th. Dune Part 3. All right, so if I wanted to see Dune at Warren in IMAX, why the hell is it doing that? Okay, showtimes. Here we go. Okay, so if I wanted to see Dune, could I get a ticket? Yeah, I could very much still get a ticket. The theater's not even anywhere full. So what is this whole thing about Dune like outselling, doing so well? Because when I went and tried to get my tickets for Doomsday, this wasn't the case. I'll show you what I'm seeing. Why does it keep going to that? This wasn't the case. This is the IMAX showing here. The dark gray seats are the seats that are all taken. Why are people sitting that close to the screen? Who the fuck wants to sit that close to the screen. These dark gray seats are all the taken. I normally sit about here. That's what I like to do. I like to sit here, and if I can, here or here. But as you can see, I can click all these motherfuckers if I want to. Now let's go look at Doomsday. Doomsday. I'm seeing it. This is my showtime right here. I'm seeing it at 1 o'clock. Actually, this is not my theater. This is where I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it at 1:40. And these are my seats right here. I'm in these two seats right here in the corner. I want it up here, but it's all sold out. And as I'm sure as it gets closer, it'll probably be even more. This is the 9:20 showing. That's the 5:30 showing. Yeah. So for Dune, I didn't. I guess I still could get my ticket if I wanted to. So yeah, I probably will see it on the same day. Because I'm gonna see Doomsday first at 1:40. Then I'll probably go see Dune at whatever the next showtime for that is. But yeah, plan to. NYC said, Darius said he won't even boot. Nah, hell nah. No thanks. Let's see. First week you're talking about for Dune. Yeah, Doomsday. After the reboot, I only plan to focus on very select heroes and only the Fantastic Four and X-Men, unless they give us comic accurate Avengers or new Avengers team, Sentry, Luke Cage, Wolverine, Jessica D. Yeah, I mean, my main focus I'm looking forward to is the X-Men for sure. I see people like the Thunderbolts despite box office, especially Elena. I am one of the ones that like the Thunderbolts. I don't like the third act. I don't like the whole, hold my hand, let's go hug Sentry and in this. But by and large, Thunderbolts was great. I thought it was a good movie. It's Black Falcon of America. Yelena meme was going like crazy after Brand New Day. Yeah. Let's see. I appreciate it. I don't even remember what I said. Johnny said, told people plenty of times this movie's going to make a Billy opening weekend. IDK about y'all, but in my theater after the Spider-Man post-credit scene, everyone yelled Doomsday. That's what I said. I said that on Thursday when I was arguing with Marcus, arguing with everybody on Thursday. It was mainly Marcus, but I said after the post-credit scene in my theater, everybody yelled Doomsday. That's why I'm like, this delusion that Doomsday is like bottom of the barrel. Like people are like not interested because of the past 6 years is insane to me. It's insane to me. The fact that you can't take a step back, view with your real eyes that nobody, including us, weren't interested in the shit from the past 6 years. No one was interested in She-Hulk. Nobody cared. Like no one cared. We watched, we consumed. We might have even given it a grade of not that bad on certain projects, but by and large, who gave a fuck? Who gave a fuck about Moon Knight? At that time, I had one of my co-hosts who was the biggest Moon Knight fan I know, hated that show. I mean, go down the list. WandaVision was fantastic. Loki was good. But it really stops there for the Disney Plus shows for me, because I didn't enjoy any of the other ones after that. I didn't enjoy any of the other Disney Plus shows after that. Live action stuff. X-Men 97 season 1, chef's kiss. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, chef's kiss. That other stuff, no. You know the guy that played Leapfrog and She-Hulk is from here? I didn't know that. I know that. He lives in Edmond. But yeah, he got his time on She-Hulk and was talking about. I saw him in an interview talking about it. I was like, what the hell? He's from Oklahoma. But yeah, nobody cared about that stuff. No one cared. It was all about Doomsday and the post-credit scene for Spider-Man. Excited about X-Men, likewise. Baby Toshiro says, I think many people who said Doomsday will underperform or not make $1 billion is looking foolish now. Yeah. It was all cope though. It was all a lot of the people that were saying that had their feelings hurt from Marvel. Either again, whether it be your favorite character, whether it be an event not going the way you wanted it to be, whether it be movies not panning out the way a certain comic panned out, or whatever it may be that struck your feelings from Marvel. They hurt your feelings. So now every time, and not everybody does. Some people can give credit where credit's due, but majority of the time, it's going to be I'm gonna dog shit on Marvel. I'm gonna say everything that I can. That's nothing positive about Marvel. But this movie was always going to make $1 billion. I do like Fantastic Four even more on a repeat viewing, to be honest. I like scenes from the Fantastic Four. The overarching plot to Doomsday is that the so-called heroes used time jumping / skipping and multiversal incursions to get the ending that they wanted, and thus suffered no consequences. I mean, yeah, that's what Ravana said in Loki. What the Avengers did was supposed to happen. Sue implies Doom was smarter than Reed. Interesting. Yeah. I will say this: the color grading damn sure helps with the emotion feel. Yes, it really does, man. Especially when that first opening, when Sue's talking, they're panning from everybody's face. It's great. It's great. The great. Doombots. Yeah, there might be some Doombots in this thing. Antonio Film said Pedro's part in the trailer is better than anything offered in the Fantastic Four. Brother, yes, it is. The line delivery of Victor, did you do this? Matched with the second time he says it. So good. My only issue with Mr. Fantastic, actually, it's not even an issue. It's not an issue. It's a hope. It's a hope. I hope that they really let Reed not only display, because we know how smart Reed is, that was displayed in Fantastic Four, but also display his ability, display his power. Reed can do so much more than, stretch an arm out to grab a beaker, So do some more with Reed. NYC said, imagine if Victor's Doombots were the Sentinels from Days of Future Past. Man, listen, everybody getting murked. Yeah, I've said that too. Well, not said that like that, but I've said as far as like the Sentinels go, if these were the Sentinels from Days of Future Past, everybody getting fucked. Everybody's getting fucked because those Sentinels from Days of Future Past were on a different level. Samson said it's not going to him. No. Why is it not? It's not letting me click on anybody else's comment. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hold on. Okay, Samson said, to be honest, I hope the movie is 3 hours. I think it's something like that, isn't it? Pop the Interpreter said, well, if we have to give back the Black Panther story, here, you can have it back. Are you talking about Wakanda Forever? That scene with Thor looks like it should have been with Kang. Call back to Quantumania. Still die on the hill of I would love to have Kang. I wonder if that pic of Doom looks at his mother and him as a child. Maybe. I hope they keep his backstory with Mephisto and his mother. Why does this thing keep doing that? It's not letting me click on or it's like a slow delay. And my account used to be Snyder Steppenwolf. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Snyder Steppenwolf. I remember. How have you been? It's been quite some time. Yeah. I remember. Appreciate you being here. Ricardo said, I sent you yesterday that banner of Kate Bishop and Daredevil joining the fight against Doombots over under your Twitter. Let me see. What is it? Let me see. Oh, this thing. That's so annoying that it keeps doing that. Where was this at again? Was this at D23? How do I zoom in on this again? Is it control? Yeah. Oh, that's not zooming in the picture though. Okay, but that also looks like Kingpin. Like, is Kingpin in fucking Secret Wars? I see Magneto and Mystique here. Mr. Fantastic, Deadpool, Beast. I see Bishop down here. Who are they fighting? Oh, are these Doombots? Oh, these are Doombots. I see. The Kukulkan, Ms. Marvel, Gambit. Yeah, I'd imagine. Oh, that's not Kingpin. That's Charles. Yeah, I'd imagine most of these people are going to be in it. I mean, especially in Secret Wars. I'd imagine Secret Wars is going to be, people keep saying Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to be fan service. Okay, well, I'm a fan and I'm fucking serviced. So yeah, that's fine. Call it what you want. It's going to be great. I'm a fan and I'm serviced. That proof that we're getting more unnamed heroes for sure. For sure. I don't even think that's happening. I've said this facetiously in the past, but I mean this shit. That nigga is dead in every universe. Every universe. Every universe. I am of the strong belief that they have axed him in every universe because of the weird, morbid connection that they want to keep this character having with Chadwick Boseman. I believe he's dead in every universe. I bet you if Reed did know him in his universe, he's dead. I bet you if for whatever, I don't know how, if it's going to be T'Challa from our universe or T'Challa, which wouldn't make sense if it's T'Challa from another universe, but whatever. Whatever. The rumor is that he's going to show up in Secret Wars. So I don't know if he's from our universe, from another universe, but let's say he came from another universe and he said, oh, yes, my Baba died too. I'm telling you, he's dead in every universe. They have killed him. I definitely think it's making $1 billion. I think that's a part of the some of the delusion on some people. Again, I think that's what that the BP3 ain't making $1 billion is coming from a place, because I know you're recast T'Challa too, is coming from a place of they didn't recast T'Challa, so therefore it ain't making $1 billion. I'm telling y'all. I do wonder, like, and I'm not saying this to for an I gotcha or an aha or anything like that. I just wonder because it's when it does, and this is a when it does. I mean, that's just pragmatic, guys. Come on, read the room. Look at how people are like, I know the argument with Marcus was we don't have any numbers to quantify how people are judging this. You're right, we don't. All we have to go off of, nobody likes this, is how people are saying things on the internet. And people can say whatever they want on the internet. You're damn right about that. It all comes down to, are they going to show up the day of? And I strongly believe they are. But the reception when he came out on stage was not the reception of good example. SDCC, when they brought him out on stage, people went nuts. Screaming, hollering, yeah. When Adam Driver said he was playing Nathaniel Essex, go to that. I'll go to both of them, actually.
I just assumed you meant on set. So
listen to the crowd.
Instead of being with you all there in California, I'm here in Pinewood in this very lonely soundstage. Kevin and I have been talking for years about maybe joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think we finally found the perfect film at the perfect time with characters I care very deeply about. So I'm very excited to be playing the role of Magneto. Wrong again? Right. Even better. Nathaniel Milbury. So, I'll be right here. Waiting for it.
No one cared. Not that Mr. Sinister is not like great. I can't wait to see him portray Mr. Sinister because he's gonna kill that shit. But yeah, the reception wasn't, so that's what how can you quantify things right now without numbers? That's how the people that were in the room and the people that are online, how are they reacting to it? Now let's look at David Johnson, SDCC. Is his name not popular enough yet to where you can put his name in? And okay, I was gonna say, hold on, I need the initial when Ryan is saying it.
Yes, sir. The last time we were together, we got to make a movie.
John Cena.
We introduced a character who was the son of the character that the great Chadwick Boseman played.
It's The Rock.
Our T'Challa in that film. And today, I want to tell you guys in this next film, he grows up, he comes of age. And we had to find an incredible actor. You guys in this hall, you guys might know some of his work. He was great in a movie called The Long Walk.
Oh my God!
I want you guys to give a warm welcome to our new Black Panther, Mr. David Johnson.
David Johnson!
Okay, and then of course reactions online are split. You got people saying some things, you got people saying the other thing, but by and large, you got people that are accepting of it. Now, here's the thing: people can say whatever they want to say online up until December of 2028. Say whatever you want, say whatever. Same way that people said whatever they wanted about Doomsday until those trailers are kind of shutting that shit the fuck up. I believe I'm not a rubbing my hands together, and when I say this humbly, and I'm not saying this as with a big head. When it comes to my commentary on how I've thought T'Challa and the situation and the handling of him is going to go thus far, I have been right on. I have video evidence of that. You can go watch my playlist. I've been right on this stuff. I still think I'm right when it comes to the Black Panther 3 making $1 billion, and I think I'm right when it comes to the court of public opinion and their acceptance of this character. Because, and I know the argument is he's derivative. The argument is he's not son of T'Chaka. The argument is the argument that's the argument that has been the argument. However, not everybody, as I've said many times, are in the spaces that we're in. Not everybody knows about recast T'Challa. Not everybody cares to the degree that we care about recast T'Challa. Most people don't even really care to a degree at all about it. Most people that are watching the MCU saw the post-credit scene, have been using that post-credit scene from 2022 as the hill for them to stand on in their argument when they say when they hear recast T'Challa, and they say in their responses, "Did you not see the post-credit scene? Did you not see this? Did you not see that? Blah blah blah." The fact that it's a male Black Panther is acceptance enough. The fact that they are not going to be saying, "Oh my God, Wakanda's being attacked. Somebody called T'Challa II." That's not going to happen. They're going to say, "Where's T'Challa? We need T'Challa." If he joins the Avengers, it's going to be T'Challa. On the roster, it's not going to say T'Challa II. Whenever something's happening, they're all fighting as a team, that one of the team members is not going to yell, "T'Challa II, look out." They're going to say T'Challa. And as that continues to flow, the audience is going to accept that if they haven't already. Darius, you don't know that. That's stupid. They're going to lose money. Darius, you don't know that. It's derivative. They're going to lose money. Darius, you don't know that. It's all stupid because this is not the real character and da 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 da. I'm not saying I disagree with you. I disagree with you on that they're going to lose money because they're not. but I don't disagree with you on it's stupid. I don't disagree with you on its derivative. I don't disagree with you on any of the other things, but I disagree with you fundamentally on your point of view. Not necessarily talking to you, Snyder, Steppenwolf, but your point of view that the movie is just not going to be widely accepted. Widely accepted. And on top of that, I know this was something else that was said to me that we got to stop saying because Coogler is an Academy Award winner. If you don't think that matters, you're crazy. If you don't think Ryan Coogler winning an Academy Award does not add, I'm not saying it's putting thousands of asses in the seats, but you don't think that adds a little bit to it? I'm telling you, when you step outside of recast T'Challa, when you step outside of it and stop looking at it with your feelings and you look at it for what it is, you look at the outside people looking at it for what it is, and you look at the patterns, bro, the patterns. They have given you patterns since 2022 to tell you to fuck off. We don't care about your recast. We don't care about your hashtag. Darius, what are you talking about? They've given us hints. Oh, I'm glad you asked. What if, or what, not what if, Marvel Zombies. They had him not say a word. He was silent. The only character with no speaking points, no talking points. He was quiet. The showrunners called Ryan Coogler and said, hey, T'Challa was in the Marvel Zombies What If, and this is a continuation of that. We were wanting to put him back in it. Just wanted to make sure we heard from the higher ups. We had to run that by you. We wanted to make sure that it was okay to use him. Oh, yeah, you can use him. He just can't talk. You have to kill him. The showrunners themselves even made it a point during whatever interview podcast they were doing to say that I know somewhere out there, I believe that Chadwick himself didn't want the role to end with him. He wanted to go, but this is what the studio decided, and this is what we're doing. That was their words. These are people that work for Marvel, that are inside the walls. He said that. Darius, what's another example? X-Men 97. X-Men 97 is another example. Why is it that you have all these heroes that are peers with T'Challa, and it is the same X-Men 97 from the 90s X-Men? It is the same connections and heroes that they met during the 90s. The Fantastic Four met T'Challa. There's an episode in X-Men 97 where I believe it was like there was something happening in Africa, and it was like mutants being taken in Africa or something like that, and you see T'Challa watching or something like that. Same continuity, same everything, same T'Challa, same timeline, different Black Panther. You got Iron Man there. You got Captain America there. You got Juba fucking Lee. You got Peter Parker. But somehow T'Chaka is peers with them, and he's still the Black Panther. Why is that? Because Bo DeMayo told us they had to call RC for RC to say, no, you can't use him. Cool. Bo at the time said, humanity over continuity, which tells you that it was continuity, canon, that T'Challa should have been there instead of T'Chaka. If you got the showrunner of the show saying humanity over continuity, he's telling you, we understand it was canon, but we got told no. Darius, what's another example? Eyes of fucking Wakanda. Darius, that takes place before T'Challa. That was a choice. It was a choice to do a show before T'Challa that got no fucking attention because no one cared because the Black Panther wasn't in it. What's the biggest example? Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever. They've given you hints. They've given you patterns. They've shown you time and time again, whether it be through interviews, whether it be through something that Ryan Coogler said. I could take you back to the 2022 interview he did for the podcast of Wakanda Forever, where he said they could not see somebody walking through that door. Darius, it's been years. Maybe they could now. No. They still feel the same. They still feel the same. Most recent time that I can note, Ryan talked about Chadwick Boseman was at Chadwick Boseman's star, the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I never even brought it. I don't even think I did a video over this. I never brought it up because at the same time, it's like he's grieving a real person. Let him grieve, whatever. I can't necessarily say that he knows the man or doesn't know the man. I don't really think that he had the greatest relationship with him that Marvel would like to make you believe. But he talked about it there and got emotional, cried. You don't think that they still, Letitia, did you not see, man, Letitia, let me find that shit. And I wasn't even doing a recast. It's not even a recast. Prove a point. Why is this doing that? Doomsday cast interview. Let's see. It was this one.
It's a good question.
20 minutes of traps. That's what this is.
See you as Black Panther.
Now, before she speaks, I want you to watch her speak. I feel like the David Johnson casting, I said this before, enough time has passed for them to finally accept another male Black Panther. Enough time has not passed. I don't know that there ever will be enough time for them, the current arbiters of the Black Panther IP in the MCU. I don't think enough time is ever going to pass for them to ever see somebody come back and be T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. But enough time has passed for them to exhale and release this character to now have David come in and be the male Black Panther. Listen to the way she talks around this. It's kind of the same way that Ryan was talking about it too. I feel like they're releasing it. They're like, okay, no one can come in and be T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, but this we accept. We finally we're at peace with this. Just listen, bro.
Panther in the third movie it should be like with
hey, just look at that right there. You got Marvel, y'all are trying to cope with the fact that this isn't that. Okay, listen to her right here.
Do we call him T'Challa Jr.?
Do we call him T'Challa Jr.? Do we call him this? Do we call him that? And what did she just say? And this is what the entire MCU is going to call him. Just that last part.
And cast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Family.
Yeah.
They are still mourning. They're still mourning. They're still mourning. Now, I've you guys know I have gone in on the mourning of this and all that kind of stuff. To me, grief has no time. I just lost, for those of you that don't know, I just lost my cousin to cancer, and you will never tell me when, how, and why I need to get over that. I will grieve that until my dying breath. I will grieve my cousin until my dying breath. Difference is, I knew my cousin personally. Oh, it's my blood. I knew her personally. I don't know the relationship between Letitia and Chad. Maybe they were super, super close. But as the example I've used before, she didn't know he had cancer. Michael B. Jordan didn't know he had cancer. Ryan Coogler didn't know he had cancer. They didn't know. They had no idea. Kevin Feige, Marvel and Company, they didn't know he had cancer. So how close were you? But at the end of the day, the camp, it doesn't matter what I think. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you think. At the end of the day, the Black, like she just said, it was a secretive for this camp over here. So that camp, they feel like family. That camp, to them, they are family. And that camp can't see someone else walking in to be T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. Am I agreeing with it? No. I'm just telling you what's out there. I'm telling you what's fucking pragmatic, what you can see with your own eyes, so you don't have to keep doing this back and forth of, are they going to do it? Are they not going to do it? Well, fuck Marvel if they don't. Yeah, fuck Marvel. Fuck them, because they're not. They're not recasting him in the way that we stood 10 toes, 20, 30, 40 toes down on it for 4+ years, saying recast T'Challa, giving examples, giving sites with footnotes, giving things that his brother said, giving things that his niece said, giving things that his wife said. We gave this and this and that, receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt, for Marvel to still say, fuck you, we're doing what we want to do. But some people still have this delusion, this cope, that nah, No one's gonna accept that. Nah, that's not a recast. Nah, then you're delusional. You're delusional. If you don't think that they've already moved on, if you don't think that they've accepted this, and when I say they, I'm talking about the camp, and then the select few people out there that are the public have accepted him. When he puts on the suit for the first time, because let's see, it comes out in December 2028, so they're probably going into production for it. If they haven't already started planning, obviously have started planning things out. They probably know the plot. All that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. They'll probably start going into production spring, maybe. Start filming around, maybe. So why am I saying that? Because there's going to be BTS. It's going to be BTS photos. We're going to see behind-the-scenes photos. If not a behind-the-scene photo, Marvel themselves will officially, because actually, let me rewind. That's what they're going to do. It's not going to be a BTS photo. It's not going to be something from a scooper. It's not going to be a leak. It's not going to be from Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Vanity Fair, any of them. It's going to come directly from Marvel Studios. It's going to be the picture of him in the suit for the first time. And if you don't think people are going to eat that shit up, you're crazy. You're crazy. They're going to eat it up because it's a male Black Panther and his name is T'Challa. As you heard Letitia Wright say,
box, and these are now
just the superhero
personal connection to
go back here.
You know, like that.
Prince T'Challa right
Prince
now.
T'Challa, exactly.
Prince T'Challa
yeah.
right now. Prince
Well,
T'Challa
what
right
can we
now.
call him here? And
Prince T'Challa right
Prince
now.
exactly, yeah. And what can we call him here? And
Prince T'Challa right
Prince
now.
exactly, yeah. And what can we call him here? And
Prince T'Challa right
Prince
now.
exactly, yeah. And what can we call him here? And
Prince T'Challa right
Prince
now.
I
just want you guys to realize that this is not just in this conversation that is being echoed in the halls and corridors at Marvel Studios. They want to get that out now. They want to start getting that out before December 2028 so that the fans, the regular smegglers will start saying, hey, that's Prince T'Challa. That's Prince T'Challa. That's Prince T'Challa. They want to get that verbiage out there now. This is not just the first time that this has been echoed at Marvel in this interview. I'm sure they have been calling him Prince T'Challa because Kevin Feige said they've known for 6 months. They knew before SDCC for 6 months that man was going to be the new Black Panther. So if you don't, I'm sure when they introduced it to him, they said, we want you to play Prince T'Challa. You're going to be the son of Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, but you're going to be Prince T'Challa. Come on, man. Nobody wants to hear the bullshit. Nobody wants to hear it, and I don't blame you. It's some bullshit. But at the end of the day, that is what I strongly believe is what it is. That is what I strongly believe is what it is. So, yeah, Prince T'Challa, man. Prince T'Challa. I don't like it. I don't accept it. I'm not calling the nigga Prince T'Challa. That's the child. That's Toussaint. The bastard kid. But yeah, I spent way more time. I spent way more time on that than I wanted to. For sure. But I definitely wanted, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Mantle getting tossed around like $1 bill. What ain't never lied, brother. Never lied. You get to be Black Panther. You get to be Black Panther. You all get to be Black Panther. That's what it is over there at Wakanda. That's what it is. Ramonda, you want to take the heart-shaped herb? Hey, raise her ass up from the dead. Let her take the herb too. Everybody in Wakanda, randos get to be the Black Panther. Hey, why not? Why not? Go pull some shepherds out the field. You want to be Black Panther? You too. So anyway, let's move on. Let's keep it Marvel. Let's move on to their little slate here, which involves, would you know it, Black Panther 3. So, Marvel revealed their 2028 slate, which I have to say, it's not that bad of a slate. Now, granted, that when I say it's not that bad of a slate, that's running off the premise of everything I just said about Black Panther and how everybody's going to accept it. That's why I say it's not that bad of a slate, because when it comes to box office wise, them motherfuckers are still making cachet. So I don't think that this is that bad. Although I'll say this: Ghost Rider being after X-Men, that's dumb. I wouldn't do that. You're going to go straight from X-Men into Ghost Rider? And I love Ghost Rider. I think Johnny Blaze, I believe that's who he's Blaze, right? He's not Reyes. I think Johnny Blaze is great. But I don't know about going from the X-Men straight into Ghost Rider. Because I know, as I just said, everything about Black Panther, I'm gonna say some things again that might make some people ruffle some feathers. You got $2 billion films right in 2028 already. You got X-Men, that's $1 billion film. You got Black Panther 3. Some might say jury's still out, but I believe that's $1 billion film. Ghost Rider, I don't know about Ghost Rider being that $1 billion film. And maybe it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. It just needs to be profitable. It needs to make their money back. Are people going to enjoy Ghost Rider? But really, we don't really know much about Ghost Rider. I've heard rumors that Lilith may be in it. I've heard rumors that Mephisto is supposedly in it, but he's not the main villain. Don't really know what the plot really is right now, but we know that it is coming in. Let me actually get on to the deal here. So this is what they're saying about. Skip down from that. Here we go. Beyond that, Marvel Studios has announced a new mysterious. Actually, let me go back to this. Following this weekend's D23 event in Anaheim, Marvel Studios has updated its release calendar. The untitled X-Men reboot is coming on May 5th, 2028, while the untitled Ghost Rider is expected now to confirmed for July 28, 2028. This is what I was saying earlier, again, taking that page out of Tina's book. Let them miss you, because when you come in and you've got them here at May 2028, July 2028, that's only a month apart from one another. As far as Marvel goes, I think taking that step back and really making people pine for a Marvel movie, making people really want to see a Marvel movie and have it be an event. I don't know that you can. And then maybe it's a good recipe for success, because winning cures everything. So maybe if you win with Doomsday and Secret Wars and you win with X-Men, people are going to be like on that Marvel high and be like, hey, I got to go see Ghost Rider, because it's the same thing like in 2019. Nobody in their right mind was thinking to themselves, I can't wait to go see Carol Danvers and Captain Marvel. Nobody was like, damn, I got my tickets 3 weeks ago. I'm counting down. I can't wait. We went and saw Captain Marvel because it played into the overall story that was the Infinity Saga that we were all already high on. And we didn't want to miss a thing because it was an event at that time. Missing a Marvel movie wasn't a thing if you were invested. If you were invested, you made sure you did not miss a Marvel movie. That way you stayed connected and stayed in the know on what was going on within the universe. Maybe that's the same thing with the Ghost Rider. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe they're going to be like, hey, you know what? X-Men was dope. Doomsday was dope. Secret Wars was dope. Marvel's on a winning streak right now. I cannot miss Ghost Rider. I got to make sure I go sit down because I don't want to miss anything. And then if it is true that they are trying to do the Midnight Suns within this, then you start to get your spooky supernatural side of things within the MCU. Although I still wouldn't do it in July. If you have to do 3 movies, I would move this to the spooky supernatural time of year, and that would be October. I'd move it around there. Then you could have like Panther in December, have this in May, have that in, or have X-Men in May, and then have Ghost Rider in October. But having Ghost Rider that close to X-Men could be bad, could also be very good. But then the untitled Black Panther 3 is the first, as we first learned during San Diego Comic-Con last month, headed to theaters December 15, 2028. Beyond that, Marvel Studios has announced a new mysterious MCU movie set to release November 11th. So maybe that's why they're not. Damn, that's a lot of movies. I thought we were scaling back. I thought we were pulling back, like wanting people to be like quality over quantity. It's a lot of movies. So anyway, so they're saying it's an untitled film and it's coming for November 11th. Well, that's 2029, so that's not 2028. That joins the previous announced May 4th, 2029 and July 13th, 2029 movies. Surely one of them will be Spider-Man Brand New Day follow-up. Maybe. Director Jake Shire said Thunderbolts, the X-Men movie stars Kit Connor, Scott Summers. Yeah, we know who they all are. Ghost Rider is being helmed by Sean Levy, who did Deadpool and Wolverine, and also is doing Starfighter. Black Panther Wakanda Forever director Ryan Coogler returns to Black Panther 3, which is the post-Avengers Secret Wars MCU, will be led by Alien Romulus and Long Walk star David Johnson as the adult T'Challa II. Letitia Wright and Winston Duke also star. Yeah. So yeah. I'm Ghost Rider could be good, especially if it's leading into the supernatural stuff. Excuse me, with the Midnight Suns and everything like that. Our roster for the Midnight Suns could potentially be Blade if they recast him, because I don't think any amount of money. I don't want to say that. I mean, John Boyega also said no amount of money could get him back to Star Wars, but they must have put enough zeros on something because it got him talking about maybe going back to Star Wars. So maybe enough zeros or something could put something on a check, could get Mahershala back as Blade. But I think you would probably have Blade. You'd probably have obviously Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, Elsa Bloodstone, probably even Man Thing. I'd personally, I'd do Agatha or Wanda preferably, but I don't think that they do Wanda on the Midnight Suns. Who else could you put on that team that's currently in the MCU? Drawing blanks on who else you could currently put on the team, but I think that could be the Punisher. I think you probably put the Punisher on there. That'd be a good roster for them thus far. Also, rumors not related to this, but it's Thunderbolts related that they're going to put Bullseye, which Abomination should have started on Thunderbolts, but Bullseye, Abomination, and Songbird, who was in Thunderbolts. Well, she wasn't Songbird at the time, but Songbird, and maybe Wong. There you go, Wong. Midnight Suns. But they're going to be joining the Thunderbolts roster. So new teams are popping up and new members on teams are popping up and things like that within the MCU. But the supernatural stuff is underway. It is underway, and this is what they are talking about as far as their slate goes. Again, I think it works outside of Ghost Rider being where it is, but what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet. It could be it could really pop off if Marvel gets people back under their wing and back in their good graces, where people are like, hey, I can't miss Ghost Rider. Marvel has been on a winning streak, and it's been fire, banger after banger after banger. So I'm definitely going to go check Ghost Rider out. And honestly, Ghost Rider might honestly still just have a really big pull for it because it's Ryan Gosling. So we'll see what happens with Ghost Rider. But that's as far as their MCU slate goes right now, that's what they put out there. You've got Black Panther 3 in December, Ghost Rider in July, X-Men in May. And out of all of those, X-Men is going to be X-Men's huge, man. That's going to be huge. They do it right and they do it great. It's going to be huge. So interesting. Let's see here some of the comments that you guys are saying. Eugene said, I wanted Blade, but my feelings with Blade was how they are going to introduce the supernatural after Endgame when the supernatural was never there. I always thought bringing Blade after Secret Wars. Yeah, supernatural, they didn't really talk about much. Now, Werewolf by Night, that is a part of the Infinity Saga, so we did see the supernatural side of things. And then also in Loki, when Mobius is talking to him, or not when Mobius is talking to him, but whenever Loki is getting checked into the TVA, going through all those different rooms and everything like that, I believe somebody asked him, have you ever been a robot or something like that? But then they said something about vampires, and they said something about vampires and Loki. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Mobius that said something about vampires, but so they've tried to hint at the supernatural side of things a little bit. Also, not that anyone remembers, Blade's voice is in Eternals. So, Black Knight as well. Put him there as well. SJ said, when he has been the worst thing to ever happen to the character, Maya Boyd at least looks the part. Could be a bit darker. Meanwhile, BP looks like Wolverine. Yeah, Maya Boyd's great. For sure. Raptor Cloak said, I don't have a problem with Ghost Rider. I just hate how it's announced right after the crap of Feige saying he failed with Blade. Yeah, not only announced, but it's got a date. It's got a release date. Did Blade have a release date? Sure it did. Tentative one, I guess. Yeah, it's got a release date. It's crazy. Black Claw said, Black Panther mantle got passed around like Nancy Reagan. Samson's the only hype for Ghost Rider and the X-Men, to be honest. Yeah, I feel you. Looking forward to the X-Men. I feel you. Appreciate you being here as well, AJ. I feel you. Ira, what's up? Said really good topics for the show today. Appreciate it. Xavier said they are trying to get back to the place when Marvel was cranking out those Billy movies. Oh yeah. Yeah. Nathan said Ryan Gosling hit 684 million with Project Hail Mary, so I'm thinking 800 million. Yeah, I'm telling you, yeah, it's Gosling, so it could possibly, especially again if you're running off the premise that winning, and people are like, hey, they've been on a winning streak, so I don't want to miss this. Then yeah. Let's see. Songbird needed some powers or something. She was just an assistant. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to, how it's going to happen in the MCU with her getting her powers, but yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. SJ said, what I don't get about Supernatural are Benny C and Lizzie Olsen sticking around or not. It doesn't feel likely. I am cool with the Midnight Suns roster long as Blade and no Riri. I think Wanda is. There's rumors right now that Elizabeth Olsen is sticking around as Wanda in the next saga because she is going to, of course, have dealings with the X-Men, but also she is going to be more so of a villain in the X-Men saga. You know how Wanda is in the comics. After House of M, she's never really trusted again. After the events of House of M, even when she does do right, people are like, hey, watch this bitch. I don't trust her. So Wanda at any moment can go left. Wanda at any moment can be villainous, evil, whatever. So I think having her as that player in the MCU that crazy player, that crazy player that's unstable, that you don't know from minute to minute what she's going to do, and can you really trust her? Can we really have her on our team? Are you really putting her back on the lunchbox? That type of shit. So I think having her a part of the next saga is a good idea. I think, and again, I love Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda. So, and as far as Benedict Cumberbatch goes, I'm not sure what he's doing. Is he staying on? Is he not? I don't know. But he has said he loves playing this character, so he may. Samson said, I just wish it was a full reboot in the MCU. Yeah. They said, nah, brothers. We can't give y'all that full old MCU reboot. That'd change too much. Would change too much. Did anybody watch Welcome to Derry? Because Welcome to Derry was one of the best things of this past year. Or last year. Not this past year, last year. Welcome to Derry in 2025 was really, really good. If you like Stephen King and you like It, you like Pennywise, you like the first two movies, you like the books, then I'm sure you enjoyed the series because the series was really good. The opening, the song, the intro song, man, a smile is something special. Man, that shit was great. That the intro song was good. The twist and turns were really good. Pennywise preying on these fucking kids and their fears, so good, man. The different, like that one scene where he had he was, I knew the whole time that the kid that they started the whole series off with, the kid that got in the back car with that family and everything, that died early on. When Pennywise went to his friends pretending to be him, I said, that's not him, bro. That's not him. It can't be him. Especially when he started twirling on that pole. I was like, yeah, y'all about to get ate up. Great. Bill Skarsgård is fucking phenomenal as Pennywise. He kills it as Pennywise. And now the trauma is about to get even worse because we are going back to 1935. So this is not going to have anything to do with the. So unfortunately, we're not going to see the cast from the first season because this is going way before them. This is going way before the kids in the 80s when we were dealing with Finn Wolfhard's character Richie and them. You know, Richie and them's parents were this past season. So we're going even further than that. We're going back to 1935. Now we saw the whole thing that happened with the black folks and the burning of the spot or the black spot or whatever it was called, the bar and everything like that, which was awful to watch. God, that was terrible. But yeah, if you were black and you were in Welcome to Derry, it was not a fun time for you. It's not a fun time for you. Pennywise was preying on them black folks' fears and weaknesses, them kids' fears and weaknesses, and all that kind of stuff. So, but this, we are going to, it's going to be a little bit different. Let me see. It's going to be a little bit different. Let's see what they're saying. Sorry. Okay. So like I said, in the first season, we dealt with events in the 60s, and those events did tie to the Losers Club in the 80s. And the people that were in season 1 were family members to people that were in season 1. Season 2 is going to 1935. First season, like I said, we did that whole burning of the black spot thing. And then this next part they're doing is the Bradley gang from 1935. And some people are saying online that is a little bit arguably worse than what they did with the burning of the black spot because of how many people died and how gruesome it really is. And of course, Pennywise feeding on fear and things like that, how that's going to play out in this season. So they're talking about, you know, the Bradley massacre. So this is what the article is saying here about the show. As we first reported on fearhq.com, HBO has announced that the Welcome to Derry from Warner Brothers Television executive producers, produced by Andy and Barbara Muschietti, has been renewed for a second season. Since its debut, the series has ranked among the top 4 series premieres of HBO Max's global history. The 8 episodes first season is currently available to stream on HBO Max, and it's been revealed today that they were heading deeper into Pennywise's past as a terrifying dancing clown attempts to wipe out the Losers Club before they kill him in 2016, which is, man, this is so good. It's so good. It's so good. Going that far back to the Losers, you know, just different connections to the Losers and the Losers Club and their family members and their bloodlines, things like that. Pennywise is like, fuck these kids. I'm going to go all the way back to the root of the problem. I'll make sure y'all motherfuckers was never born. This is it. That first season was good, man. Then it goes on to say, the season 1 finale established that Pennywise experiences time differently from humans. That's true. So the stakes will be higher as the prequel series dives deeper into the iconic horror character's mythology. Set in the world of Stephen King's It universe, It Welcome to Derry is based on King's It novel and expands the versions established by filmmaker Andy Muschietti and its feature film It and It Chapter 2. Season 2 takes place in 1935 during the Great Depression and centers on the bloody massacre of the Bradley gang, a group of bank robbers who stop in Derry to buy ammo and end up facing unimaginable horror. Yeah, so then they go on to say, we know It Welcome to Derry will continue to captivate viewers with its spine-tingling new journey into the 1930s for season 2. We look forward to bringing fans back to the town of Derry to experience the next chapter and uncover even more of what lies beneath the surface, continuing to explore and expand on the amazing world Stephen King created. It is an absolute privilege. The support of our partners at HBO Warner Brothers Television is priceless. Boy, do we love our job. So yeah, they're going again back to 1935. This is going to be still tied to the Losers in 2016. However, or the 80s, the 2016 movie. However, Pennywise is trying to thwart them. He's trying to stop them from killing him in the 80s. So he needs to go back to their bloodlines and stop their bloodlines from even happening. I believe that's what he told Richie's mom, or not Richie's mom. What's the little boy's name that his mom was? The kid that had the cast on. I forget his name. I think it was his mom that Pennywise was talking to at the very end, where she saw, or something like that. She saw like the future or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. I have to go back and rewatch it. But yeah, it's all connected. It's all connected. We're all going back there. But even more connected, this part here It's not in the article. I have it saved. History. Oh, oops. There we go. Okay, history. So they said that. All right. According to a reliable source, the director and producer siblings, Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti, are working on a new HBO project related to the It franchise that will feature Finn Wolfhard, reprising his role as Richie. The project is expected to be the It extended supercut. So they are saying that this stuff with Richie is supposed to connect all with even the series, whatever their secret thing that they're doing, in which. Hold on. Finn Wolfhard actually said something about that a while ago. Let me see. There we go. Finn Wolfhard talks about it was incredibly obvious. It was 3 moment leaving. Damn, I don't think I'm gonna find exactly what he had said about it not too long ago. He had hold on. Finn Wolfhard. He had said something about it not too long ago where he was saying that he may be doing something again with it in the future, near future, or whatever. And it looks like that may be true. Again, Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti are doing a secret project with him that is tying to the series, tying to the movies, and all that kind of stuff. So they are really fleshing out this It universe. I'm here for it. I really love the movies. I really love the series. I think Bill Skarsgård is fantastic as Pennywise, and the more the trauma, the fear, and everything that he's about to prey on these people in 1935 to just stop the Loser Club from killing him in the 80s. It's going to be a fun time. I'm sure Halloran is going to be. Actually, no, none of the people except for what's her name, the woman that kept confusing Pennywise with her dad, where he was like, "Oh, your papa's right here." That shit's so funny. When he said that to her. I think she's in it. But she's going to be a little girl at the time, because remember, her dad was like a dancing clown too, and that's why I think where Pennywise got his whole look from, or whatever, if you remember that episode. She's going to be in it, I think, but anybody else like Halloran or any of the other people, they're not going to be in it. So I'm looking forward to It season 2. I don't know if you guys watched It season 1. Let me know. Did you watch it? Did you like it? Are you a horror fan? I'm a big horror fan, so definitely be checking out season 2. I'll see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. Green with Black said it was a great show. Don says planning to watch it. Antonio said redemption from Muschietti because Flash wasn't his fault. Nope, not his fault. Lauren said his dancing took me out. Yeah, man. Pennywise is funny. He's funny. The stuff he be saying to these kids is funny. When he turned into that flying bird thing at the end and was trying to get them, Pennywise was going crazy. Great kid actors for Welcome to Derry. They really, truly were. Those were some good acting from those children. Great. AJ said, looking forward to Welcome to Derry season 2. Me too, man. Nathan Morse, I really enjoyed it. I just think about how we had Lovecraft Country, yeah, and they got rid of it, but they have no issues with what is happening in Welcome to Derry. That's true. I can't wait for season 2 of Derry. Should be good. Yeah, should be good. I'm ready for it. All right, the last thing that we'll get on here, I think I did the MCU slate, and last thing we'll get on here, which I saved. I should have done this first because it really doesn't matter. I've talked about this one a few different times too. I think I have several different videos up talking about it because I'm a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan. Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one came out when I was in second grade, I believe. I think I was in second or third grade when that first one came out. Instantly fell in love with it. I remember being on the playground pretending to be Captain Jack Sparrow. We had this giant fucking slide with like those chain, parks or playgrounds are different now. This is giant ass slide with a chain link ladder or rope type of thing that you had to climb up to get to it, to get to the very top. And the thing, the slide oversaw the whole playground. So me and my friends used to get up there and pretend that we were on the Black Pearl, and I was Captain Jack. And yes, I was the Black Captain Jack. And my imagination as a child, I could be anybody I wanted to be. Their color was no problem. So I was the Black Captain Jack. All my white friends fell in line. They were all the other little pirates. And we set sail on the high sea every recess. So that the Pirates of the Caribbean play a role in my childhood for sure, because I really did love that first one. I love actually the first three. I really love all of the first three. At World's End is really good. But they're all good. I love Barbossa. I think Barbossa is one of the best characters in Pirates of the Caribbean. Some of the lines Barbossa gives, especially in that first movie. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. That's a good line, man. Good line, good scene. So many good scenes in Pirates. But what makes Pirates is Johnny Depp. What makes Pirates of the Caribbean is Johnny Depp. So this whole idea that Johnny Depp may not be a part of Pirates 6 or be a part of Pirates 6, but have a small role in Pirates 6. I've seen some people saying, yeah, it's a passing of it might not be too bad. It's a passing of the torch and blah, blah, blah. I like how everybody can just pass the torch except for T'Challa, but we talked about that. I won't go back there, but it's a passing of the torch and da-da-da-da-da. I don't want that torch passed. Not to Margot Robbie. Who is she? What character is she? I've not seen her. We've never seen her in any of the Pirates movies. And yes, I get it. It's been some time off screen and blah, blah, blah. Some stuff has happened. Years have passed. She could have come up and been somebody. No. If you want to have her in the movie, have her in the movie. Have her be one of the main characters. But don't take the shine from Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, as far as Pirates of the Caribbean goes, I can't speak for everyone, but he's one of the main reasons I'm going to see Pirates is because of Johnny. It's because of Captain Jack Sparrow. They even played with the whole idea, because Margot Robbie's name has been cemented in this remake for years. But one of the things they played with the idea of was doing a prequel and have it be a young Captain Jack. And I'm glad they didn't do that, because it would have been somebody coming in trying to imitate Johnny Depp, the whole, drunken look and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. No. I didn't want that either. I didn't want a prequel. I didn't want somebody coming in trying to be Johnny Depp. Just bring Johnny back. And I get, the relationship between him and Disney, the relationship between him and the Pirates folks. But obviously enough money has been thrown at Johnny to make him kind of consider coming back, because he at one point in time said he was not coming back to do Pirates. He was not going to entertain that shit. But again, when you put enough zeros on something, people start to change their minds. This is what they are saying here for Pirates 6. Pirates of the Caribbean series was one of Disney's most successful theatrical properties. Indeed, it was. Setting sail for the first time in 2003. So I was in third grade. With The Curse of Black Pearl. That was followed by Dead Man's Chest at World's End, On Stranger Tides, and Dead Men Tell No Tales. Now, On Stranger Tides, Dead Men Tell No Tales, especially Dead Men Tell No Tales. That one. Stranger Tides with Blackbeard. It's all right. It's not bad. Then it goes on to say, and while the later movies weren't critical darlings, the franchise has grossed over $4.52 billion worldwide. Based on the Disneyland's most iconic theme park rides, much of the credit for the success of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies goes to Johnny Depp, who played the now iconic Captain Jack Sparrow. However, his ex-wife Amber Heard's allegations of domestic violence and series of messy court battles led to Disney scrapping plans for the sixth movie. That's their fault. And now you're begging Johnny Depp to come back. Every time I see anything come in the news about Pirates of the Caribbean 6, it's we're almost closer to a deal with Johnny. We're almost this with Johnny. If we could just get Johnny, we're writing the screenplay right now. Maybe he likes it. If we could just get Johnny. Had you motherfuckers not been so, high on we're Disney and this and that, and you should have trusted Johnny. You should have stuck with Johnny. Should have stuck the whole thing out till the trial was done. But you pulled the plug so early. Now you're begging Johnny to come back. Now you're in a position of begging Johnny to come back. Had you not pulled the plug, had you not been so, let's just be so quick to believe Amber and things like that, because if I'm not wrong on this, Johnny came out on top in that case. Amber was the one that looked like a fool during the whole case. Now Disney does too, because you're begging him to come back. That's their fault. Now Depp is mounting something of a comeback in the response to his recent appearance at San Diego Comic-Con to promote. Ebenezer suggests audiences are ready and willing to see the actor back on the big screen. Okay, I was never against Johnny, so I'm going to put that out there. Since talking about audiences are ready and willing, I was never against Johnny. I'm never one to just be so quick to believe, even with the Bo stuff, even with the Bo allegations. I believe Bo did that. I do. Because of how he acts online with some of the things, the pictures and stuff that he posted. I mean, let's not forget he did a Q&A behind a paywall on OnlyFans about Marvel. So, but I'm still not one to be so quick to believe without, evidence or things like that, or let's have a conversation about it. Let me see some more things, or blah, blah, blah. I wasn't so quick to believe that. So a lot of people really threw Johnny Depp under the bus when that happened. Their fault. It's Marvel. It's Disney's fault. Disney's fault. In an interview with Deadline, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 franchise, this was the thing I was talking about. Franchise producer Jerry Buckenheimer confirmed that after months, if not years of speculation, Depp is now in talks to return as Captain Jack. We're talking with Johnny Depp. We're working on a screenplay, and hopefully we can get this done. Sources tell us that the continuation won't feel like just the ninth tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. The next chapter will focus on Margot Robbie's protagonist, with Sparrow as a side character, essentially an evolution of the franchise. We'll see how that works. We'll see how that works with her there and Captain Jack as the now Orlando Bloom side character. Now, I'd say this: if he's like the Orlando Bloom side character, he's getting as much screen time as Orlando Bloom. Is he really a side character? Because I'd consider Orlando Bloom's Will Turner to be a main character. So a side character, I think, is like Captain Mr. Gibbs. You don't see Mr. Gibbs all the time. You see him, not all the time. That's a side character. Or the two. What's the two pirates' names? The one that can take his eye out. Those are side characters. If Johnny's got a role like that, then there's a problem. If he's got a role like Will Turner, then okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. But I don't know how much of success that the sixth one will be with Margot Robbie at the lead. So, but I've talked about this for a while. I'll continue to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean until they make a decision on exactly what's going to be done with Johnny. Exactly what the plot's going to be, exactly how much screen time he's going to have, and things like that, because I do enjoy the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. I will continue to watch it and have fun with it, but we'll see what happens with Johnny. I think this whole thing of taking franchises' main characters away and trying to do something new it just doesn't bode well. I mean, you look at 007, it's been going on and 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 on. You might get a new actor as 007, but it's still 007. So this fact that franchise main characters can be replaced by any old body is a recipe to lose money. So my thoughts on Pirates, you guys let me know what you're thinking. Do you love Pirates? Are you looking forward to Pirates of the Caribbean 6? And if you are, what do you think about Margot Robbie taking most, if not all, the screen time from Johnny Depp? Do you think Johnny Depp should be in a role like Will Turner? Or do you think the role is going to be akin to Mr. Gibbs? Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let's see. Oh, we got a super.
Motherfucking money dance, 100 Galilee. Make a joke about Leno's head and piggyback on Fallon's fleet.
Yes to Pennywise deleting T'Challa or bust. Yeah, you know what? If he goes back far enough, maybe Pennywise can eat Nakia before she gives birth. Nathan Moore said, I don't mind checking it out, but if I'm honest, I really don't care about this franchise anymore. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I don't care for those last two. Like I said, On Stranger Tides is okay. But Dead Men Tell No Tales. They shouldn't have told that tale because it wasn't a good movie. Puma Lee said, laugh my ass off. Get them in line. Oh, know what I was saying. Derry's showing his Unk status. Hey, yeah, Derry's. I think I am an Unk now. I'm considered an Unk, which I really don't care for. don't like that I'm considered an Unk in the community now, but I am. I'm not fucking 20s anymore. So yeah, considered Unk. The whole ship reveal of the zombie pirates. Yeah. Dope. I love that white kids fell in line with the black Captain Sparrow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, Johnny Depp and Pirates is like hamburger with no bun. I agree. Xavier said Depp is clearly the strength of that franchise, clearly. Chill said maybe because Bob Iger is gone. Maybe. Bring back Johnny and Majors. Yes. Bring back Majors. You know, there are people still online that call Majors a womanizer and a beater and all types of shit. Anytime his name gets brought up with the MCU, you can go to the quote retweets and you will find at least 1, 2, maybe 3 quote retweets of somebody saying, ew, why are we propping up this womanizer? He beats women and I'm just a fucking bot on Twitter that's going to just say shit into the ether and try to see if I can get engagement. Yeah, he's not a womanizer. He beats women. He literally aggressively put her back into the cab. And I'm sorry, I'd have threw the bitch in the cab if she was chasing me the way he was chasing her. What are you talking about? And like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck away from me. Yeah, he aggressively put her back in the cab to say, bitch, get the fuck away from me. Yeah, so he beats women. And beat women. That's Josh Brolin. He doesn't beat women. I don't even know if that's Josh Brolin. But I do know he did have some domestic violence stuff. And nobody bats an eye on that. And let's see. Antonio said the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case was so funny. And they had it here in Virginia. Heard with the turds and her overacting on the stand looking at the jurors. Yeah, she did. Her destroyed her career. Yep. Nathan, it was, if I was Johnny, I'd say give me 80% of the profits. Yeah, you want me back. You ran me off. You want me back. Let the turds fly, Disney. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. Why are they trying to ruin all my favorite franchises? They're saying they've got to get new audiences in. Need new characters for the new audience. Exactly. 007 isn't anything without James Bond. Yep. Jay Namikaze said, hell no. The Pirates is Johnny's franchise. If I was him, I don't care how much money they offer. It's about the principle. They all stood against him. So fuck everybody at Disney. And I agree with that too. I agree with that. I'm one of the people that have said that on even with Jonathan Majors, I don't care how much money you offer me. I wouldn't come back as Kang. You refused to say my name in interviews. You called me the Kang actor, Kevin Feige. And Jonathan, because Jonathan, why? Actually, I'm not even going to take it down that road. I'm not going to say that. But Jonathan, trying to get back in the good graces of Feige, sent Feige that email, about just whatever. I don't remember what Jonathan said he sent the email about or whatever, but I'm sure Feige didn't open that shit. And if he did open it, he still refuses to name him in interviews. He still refuses to say Jonathan Majors. I mean, let's not forget when Majors came on stage at SDCCC, Lord, how many C's was I giving it? At SDCC, people were going crazy. Kang, 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 Kang. Majors had his hand on his ear, going down the fucking stage. Kang, Kang, Kang. Man, get the fuck. And then the internet, Twitter, will try to have you believe that people weren't even excited for Kang. The post-credit scene in Multiverse of, is it in Multiverse of Madness? I believe it's in Multiverse. No, Quantumania. Post-credit scene in Quantumania with Loki, my theater went crazy. So yeah, it's the principle. It's the same principle with Johnny, same principle with Jonathan. I'd have stood with both of them. Jill said, no, Darius, it's pronounced T-child. Didn't you see? I missed that one. My fault. T-child. Johnny C said 007 isn't afraid to recast. If anyone doesn't want to do it, they'll anymore or pass away. That's true. That's true. Okay, yeah, 35 plus. Good. So I'm still in the clear. I'm still in the clear. I'm still in the clear. I'm not an unk. All right, I'll take that. I'll tell you what, my attitude is unk. I'm not even I'd be like, yeah, it's time to go home. It's bedtime. Time to go. She used his card to party too. Yeah, all that shit. Are you kidding me? He aggressively put her in the car and he's a womanizer. Man, y'all couldn't have had me on no street camera. Chasing me? Bitch, I'm throwing trash cans as I'm running. I'm throwing all types of shit in the way behind me as I'm running so you can trip and fall. The faster I can get away, I'm trying to hurt you, bitch. I'm trying to get away from you. You're chasing me. What the fuck? That's crazy. But somehow that's like never mind. That's another one I'm not gonna say. I'm glad I have my mind today to catch some of my bullshit. Because some shit I just don't need to say. Where the fuck is my pen? Okay. Let's see. Granger Thrax said, yeah, her career is done too. Sayonara. She was obsessed with Jonathan Majors. Obsessed. To the point where you're chasing someone that that's like someone telling you, no, I don't want to be with you. No, I'm gonna chase. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Jungle Fever, probably what she had. Gringer Thrax said, bro, he killed Quantumania. He was the best thing about the film. Yes, he was. I loved Majors in that movie. Hate that movie. Love Kang in it. No, he's an elder. Can you imagine if Chadwick lived? Yeah, it'd be great. He was being prepared to lead the MCU. If Kang was not an Ant-Man in that case, he would have stayed the big bad. Don said Jonathan Majors had 2 movies out the same time on a hot streak. Was. Planet Fanatics, you think Coogler is gonna kill off Surya or Nakia to make Storm Wakandan? Can't wait for the LARPers to freak out. Do I think that he's gonna kill Surya or Nakia? I don't know. He really does enjoy that killing of black trauma. He likes that. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know who hurt Ryan. But he does enjoy that black trauma side of the story. So something traumatic is going to happen. Someone's going to die and something. Is it Nakia? Is he going to be mother and fatherless? Who knows? He doesn't have his grandmother, doesn't have his grandfather, doesn't have his dad. Is Suri going to die? Huh? That's a good question. I doubt it. It's a good question. I don't know. Darius is like, you kids get away from here. Get away from that. Oh, yeah. Neri said, LOL, yes. Let's go to bed, Darius, LOL, and put the rains. Yes. Yes. I do. You put them thunder sounds on. Man, me and my cats be knocked. Gringer Thrax said, I'm like Cable. The man is legit. One of the best actors out. Brolin? There's going to become like I turn. Puma Lee Coogler better not even touch Storm. Unfortunately, she is going to debut in Black Panther 3. So he's going to get to, unless Marvel steps in and says, because I don't believe that Maya Boyd was a Coogler pick. I don't even think that Coogler was involved in picking Maya Boyd at all. So unless Marvel Studios steps in and says, hey, these are the things, these are the cans and cannots with Storm while in your movie, everything else is yours to work with in Wakanda. But these are the cans and cannots because we can't have it affecting this X, Y, and Z for what we have planned with Storm in the future. Maybe, I don't know. But then again, maybe it's one of those things where he's like, he does get autonomy over all things Black in the MCU, and he gets to decide how she is going to start off in the MCU. And then from there, Jake's going to have to pick up with how he's going to make that fit into his story. I don't know. I really don't. But X-Men, well, no, I'm sorry. X-Men comes before Black Panther. So she's in the X-Men movie. So no, it's not going to be a thing of he's going to have to pick her up after Coogler plays with the character in the movie, because no, it's not that at all. X-Men comes out before, and I believe she is debuting in X-Men before she debuts in Black Panther. So I believe she is, right? Like, she came out with the cast, so of course she's in that movie. So I don't know what the fuck she's doing in Wakanda Forever, or Wakanda, and the Black Panther, in Black Panther 3. I have no idea what she's doing in that movie. I mean, unless she's, being from Africa, having family from Africa and things like that. Maybe she's just in Africa and she happens upon, I don't know how they're doing it. At this point in time, since it's not T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, I am rooting for her to get with Forge and leave Wakanda alone, because it's not T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. So go ahead, bring Forge in. Yay! Forge and Storm. Yay! Ship Forge and Storm. That's what I want. So anyway, that's the let's see what he said here. Storm with the 5'7" T'Challa SMA, just like Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane when Ben Reilly and Kane Parker. They're gonna tie that. They're gonna tie that, the what's happening in X-Men to BP3, something to do with mutants. Probably they're gonna tie the what's happening in X-Men 3 to BP3, or X-Men to BP3. Probably so. BP3 is called Where's the Mantle? Join us for Black Panther 3 and Where's the Mantle? Only in theaters December 28th. Yep. That is it for today. That is our topics. I don't see anything else that has gone on. Looking in the history. Oh, I did want to show this, though. I found this funny. Staying on Black Panther. Y'all see this dumbass shit? These two, first of all, this podcast is an example. I've seen them before this video, so this is not like my first time seeing them. This is an example of not everyone needs a microphone.
Black Panther and Black Panther Wakanda Forever are the worst MCU franchise.
Black Panther's the worst MCU franchise?
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah. So like worse than any character
what about,
and their sequel.
What about Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel hasn't come out yet.
Dude,
but so far, you're saying, is Captain Marvel better than Black Panther?
I expect Miss Marvel's will be, yes.
Yeah, but you haven't seen it yet. I'm asking right now.
Miss Marvel is in that franchise, so yes. Miss Marvel's great. So if we count Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel as one franchise.
You think the Miss Marvel TV show is better than the Black Panther movie?
And Wakanda Forever.
I'll give you Wakanda Forever.
I think the Miss Marvel show is severely overrated.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
No.
Oh my gosh.
It has a great first episode. As the show progresses, episodes 4, 5, thought it had a really weak finale. There wasn't a villain.
Well, so my thing is, it's the only MCU project I wish wasn't in the MCU. I think it'd be better if it wasn't a superhero show. I think the superhero show is actively, I think the superhero stuff in that show actively deters it, but I still think it's great.
What about Guardians? The first movie is great, but the second one you agree is the worst movie. So
but Guardians 1 is a top 8 MCU movie. So yes.
Ooh,
Guardians 1's top 8. Guardians 1 top 8. I might have to agree with the top 8 Guardians 1. Yeah, I might have to agree with that part. Everything else, no. No. I did find that to be funny, though. This, like I said, it's an example of not everyone needs a microphone. Did you guys see this? Hey Arnold is getting a revival or discussions of a revival at Paramount. I say no. Leave my childhood alone, man. Leave Hey Arnold the fuck alone. Hey Arnold was great. Go rewatch it if you need to, but don't bring it back. Don't bring it back. Leave him alone. Let me see. Where the fuck was that deal at? Maybe it wasn't on here. I thought I saved it. Let me go here really quick then. Yeah. No. What are they saying about her? No. That's not what I'm looking for. Where is it? Oh, that's not. Okay, I don't know. I can't find what I was looking for, but showing that just made me think of this. So I'm gonna show this, and that's really it. This guy here. Did I pass it? Not him. Now the post is unavailable. Damn it. Okay, so the post is unavailable. Maybe I should have screenshotted it. Let me see if I can find the kid's name. So on this, Alex shared this post. It was from Marvel Latin News, and they had said that Kid Omega had been. Damn, I should have screenshotted that. Hold on, let me see if somebody might have. Damn, nobody. Okay, the quote retweets then. Okay. Well, anyway, hold on. God dang it. So the post has been deleted, but it was from Marvel Latin News, and Alex over the Cosmic Circus retweeted it, and it was talking about Kid Omega being in Secret Wars. This person says, I love QQ. This would be very cool, but the Xavier School hasn't even been formed, and I can't see them making him a contemporary to Jean and company. If he's Q from the Fox universe, then he's likely won't be seen again much going forward. Very serious shenanigans. This is like bringing LeBron in the same year the Lakers were formed. We're going to see what kind of comparison? We're going to see the movie, the MCU, X-Men Mutants, the Secret Wars. Been waiting for him to. Okay, anyway, they were talking about Kid Omega being in Secret Wars, and they had already said they got the picture of the kid that was supposedly playing, and this was from some Latin kid from Marvel Latin News and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Let me see if there's something on the internet that's not. Actually, I bet you it's probably on Twitter that's just not in that post. So let me see. Kid Omega Secret Wars. There it is. That's not the post, but that's the kid. Kid Omega. Oh, this is in Spanish. Can I translate this? Because it's coming from the Latin shit. Oh. Why is this not like simple like on my phone where I could just click see translation? This was the original post right here. Okay, that's in Spanish too. Shit. Well, this wasn't in Spanish earlier. Now it's all in Spanish. This person says fake. There's no evidence to confirm the rumors from Kid Omega and Avengers Secret Wars. Why would Kid Omega be in Secret Wars anyway? before we see any of the other. Who is this? Anyway, I thought that was interesting when I saw that earlier because I was just like, hey, post the URL. Oh no, I found it. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know who that is, but I found that interesting because I was like, why would Kid Omega even be in Secret Wars? But I found it interesting only because Alex retweeted it and said, this is very, very interesting report that I wanted to bring up here. So it's like, if Alex is bringing it up, I mean, Alex is typically on top of this stuff on what's going on, who's been cast, what characters, blah, 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 blah. I wonder if there's any merit to it. So that's why I had saved it earlier, but I don't know, probably not. So anyway, that is the topics for today. MCU's 2028 slate and what's going on with that and when those movies and where those movies are going to be coming out. That is Ghost Rider, X-Men reboot, and Black Panther 3. We also talked about Welcome to Derry, which is, again, probably one of my favorite things on the list of topics today because I can't wait for season 2 to drop and how that's just going to be phenomenal with Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. Pirates of the Caribbean 6, Margot Robbie, matey. She's going to be taking over for Johnny Depp, it seems like. And Doomsday, cope if you want, it's going to make that over $1 billion box office. Again, I am now on the same boat with Chillmonger where he says 2 billion. I say 2 with him. I say 2 billion with him. So I will be live again tomorrow, maybe the same time. I like this time. I like the 9 o'clock too, but this time's not bad. I always switch. Sometimes I'm at 9, sometimes it's at 3. Shit, sometimes it's at 8. At least I'm live. I'm trying to keep it going. So anyway, appreciate all you guys being here. It was a very good stream today. I think energy was high. Comments were great. The topics were good. I had a good time. I hope you did too. If you did, like, subscribe, share with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow at either 9, 3, or maybe 8, 9. I don't know, but I'll be live tomorrow. So just be looking for that thumbnail when it comes. I'll be live. And of course, I'm live on Thursday with my good brother Chill and my good brother Marcus. Those streams are getting better and better and better and better week to week. Topics are fantastic. The company is fantastic. The debating is even phenomenal. So come on by, stop by, bring a friend when you come, and have them subscribe to myself, Chillmonger, and Back of the Bus. It really helps us out over here. We're trying to do this YouTube thing, I'm trying to do this YouTube thing where I'm here. This is my job. I'm here daily. No excuses, no ifs and buts. Like I'm on 800 to 900 viewers. Yeah, we'll get there someday. We're not there. We've been doing this thing for 4 years. But you know what? All it's going to take is it's going to take one thing. It's going to take one video, one event, one something that's really, not that I haven't had viral videos before, but a really viral video that's really going to take it off. And then, maybe it's the X-Men. Maybe it's the X-Men. Maybe I really crack down when it comes to the X-Men. Maybe it's Black Panther 3 because I'm going to shit all over it. So who knows? But I'm here, guys. And like, subscribe, share with your friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'll see you guys on the next video tomorrow. Peace out. Love you all. Have a great
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything, the biggest gift, the biggest. Yeah, thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.